Today with Time with Bishop Obiri Yeboah. Today we're going to discuss, or I'm going to try and discuss an issue with you concerning how there are certain things hidden whereby, we religious people simply need to know. When you know some of these things, you'll be able to really appreciate what the gift that the Lord has given you, and also answers to your prayers quite easily. What I'm going to discuss with you today, there will be a certain point whereby you're going to have verses to read in the Bible, and usually the verses that you're going to read might not tally with what you want, but it doesn't matter. That is what it is. These are what you call the hidden things, secrets in the Bible that you can, or hidden codes that that can help you to really get things working. So if it does not tally with, for example, you're looking for, let's say, good marriage, but then what you're reading in the verse that I give you, has nothing to do with that. It talks about prosperity. So maybe it might be two different things. But at the end of the day, when you know what to apply, even though it doesn't say, or it doesn't mean exactly what you're looking for, that might be the key to what has been missing that you never understood. So today I'm going to try and discuss some few issues with you. Now, before we go there, I'm also going to talk about incense. Some people believe that incense is not good, others believe it's okay. I think, and I believe incense is good, provided you know what you're doing, or you know the right incense to use. Because to be spiritual, definitely you need incense, because when you even look in Revelations and some parts in Luke, it tells you about how incense are burnt in the presence of the Lord, or of the throne of the Lord at all times. Like, for example, when you go to Revelations 8 verse 3, it tells you, and it says, much incense given to an angel, and the angel had to burn it in the throne, or in the presence of the throne of God. This is in heaven. And when you look at Luke 1 verse 11, it tells you about an angel of the Lord appearing at the time of, or at the section of burning incense, that is to John the Baptist's father. When you go further, it also tells you how incenses were burned in Revelations 5 verse 8. So when you look in some areas of the Bible, and these are all New Testament, it tells you that incense are being used, to do spiritual things. So if we're going to talk much about spiritual issues, obviously we are Christians, and the Lord we worship, it's a spiritual God. It's a spirit. It says, for the Lord is a spirit, and he must worship in spirit and in truth. So if you're worshiping the Lord in spirit, then you must also understand that there are certain applications of incense that, if you know how to go about it or use it properly, it can really help to the answers to your prayers. Now, let me get to some topics today. For example, sometimes we go through sadness, and sadness can come through so many different ways. Sometimes you might have lost your job. Sometimes you might have been betrayed. Or so many reasons can bring sadness. And we don't need sadness, we need happiness. So how can we turn sadness into joy? Now, what you need that is incense called frankincense, but you make sure that you get the original frankincense. Now, when you get the original frankincense, you have to get a Bible, and then you read Psalm 111 verse 2 and 4. You don't have to read the whole chapter. It's Psalm 111 verse 2 and 4, or Psalm 111 2 to 4, 2 to 4. So 2, 3, and 4. So when you read this, you have to repeat it for 7 days. So every day, and try and repeat it at the same time. So for example, if let's say you started it today at 10 o'clock, try and repeat it tomorrow at 10, the day after at 10, continuously for 7 days. And whatever the sadness is, I'm not talking about sadness of a dead person, because obviously if you have a grievance, if you have someone who has expired in your family, that is a different type of sadness. But I'm talking about sadness of relationship, in marriage, in business, things that is not going well. When you go about what I've just told you, you'll be very surprised that the Lord will make a way whereby you'll find joy. And maybe that sadness, or that thing that brought that sadness, could even turn around and become a blessing. Okay, so that ends with turning sadness into joy. Now we go protection in your own home. You see, most of us have homes, but the question is that what kind of home do we have? We have a happy home. There I've seen instances where people have homes and they can't even feel comfortable living there. Being in a house and you feel heaviness, you think there's something in the house, yet you cannot see what it is. Sometimes you see something at the back of your eye flashing, like moving around. You feel some shadowing within a flash going about and things like that. Doors slamming without windows being opened and all, wind blowing and things like that. And very awkward, things that happens, and you realize that no, there could be something wrong. If we're talking about feeling that there's a negativity, for example, let's say there's a portal in the house. When we talk about portal, that is a gateway, whereby usually a spiritual gateway. It could be usually when you have an old abandoned or an old cemetery place that were first being used for rituals, and then maybe one day, you don't know, you bought the same area and then you built your house. Sometimes you can have those problems. But if you should have such a problem, or if you just simply want to cleanse your house, let me show you what to do. You read the Bible, Romans 8 verse 38 to 39. Romans 8 verse 38 to 39. And then you need an incense called blueberry incense or mastic incense, either of the two. Now what you do is that you put on the incense, and then you take it to all the rooms in the house, and then as you're taking it round, you'll be reading this biblical verse. That is, if you have it in mind. If you don't have it off head, if you cannot read it off head, then what you do is that read it before, light the incense and read it, then go around the house with it. Whilst you're praying, that you pray that if there's any negativity in the house, you pray that may the Lord clear this that negativity from your environment. If possible, you can go around the compound. I've seen people who have actually captured pictures on their CCTV cameras, whereby in the night, things they saw entities moving in the house, flash of funny flashes of lights and things like that. And when you do such this, as I'm telling you, if it's anything to do with negativity, anything that is not a negative thing or a negative spirit, obviously that will be definitely driven away from the house. Obviously that doesn't mean you should when an entity appears or you should just go and light such and approach them. You don't challenge these things, but you just pray the Lord to drive these things away. Now to protect a loved one, sometimes you might have a loved one who is traveled to a far country or is working somewhere else, whereby the environment or the safety, you're not so sure about it, and you want the Lord to protect that person on the behalf of you, or maybe you want the Lord to protect your family because you're somewhere else. This is what you're going to do. You get an incense called coconut. Yeah, it's coconut incense, but not the stick. Most of these things don't use a stick, use the real incense. So coconut incense or bergamot incense, either of the two. So what you do, you light the incense, and then you read Joel in the Bible 2 verse 12 and 13. Joel 2 12 and 13. And then you request for the Lord's protection over that person. I would also advise you, for example, if you're going to do this and the person is far away, and let's say you are somewhere in Africa and the person is in Asia, it's quite a distance. The Lord is everywhere, but what you must do is that repeat this for 7 days. In the normal times, for example, if the person is just within your area, like within the same country but a different county or different town, then you do it for 3 days. But if it's outside, which is on another, for example, far away, then do it for 7 days. And the person will definitely have very good protection. Obviously, it also depends on the lifestyle. This doesn't mean that the person should be in, let's say, drug business. I mean, things that can create violence, you understand, because you're asking protection for that. Sometimes, well, I don't know about that, but what I know is that if you're asking for normal protection, definitely the person is going to get it. And then sometimes you want to cleanse your spirit. Sometimes we are troubled, things happen in our lives, and we realize that we are heavy. You realize that something is wrong, you're not happy, but you don't see exactly what it is. What could be happening? What could be causing this? Sometimes your spirit is troubled. And if your spirit is troubled, how can you away this trouble from your spirit or off you? I'm going to show you a very simple way that you can do this. You read Job in the Bible, Job 9:8-10. Job 9:8-10. And what you do is that you get, if possible, this is not really compulsory, but if possible, you get either frankincense or and then you also get extra virgin olive oil. Now, as you pray, you open the bottle of the olive oil and pray that your spirit is troubled, and may the Lord lift any or the weight off you. Keep on repeating these prayers. Anoint yourself that day, light the incense that day, and do the prayers the first day. After that, you don't need to do the incense again. Just apply yourself with the oil and just keep on requesting of the Lord to lift or to make your spirit free, or to make your spirit cleansed, or to make any weight on you be lifted. And within a very short time, you're going to be very happy and realize that that load that was on you has been lifted. Now, to bring kindness into the cold-hearted person, there are some people who are very cold-hearted. I mean, some people are extremely, I don't want to use the word wicked, but not very nice, And when people are like that, what can you do so that they can be touched? Sometimes you might need this person to even to discuss with this person, but because of the way they are, you have that fear. Sometimes you might want a favor from this person, but you dare not even go near this person. Sometimes you might need something to be signed, or anything at all, any help from this person, but it becomes a problem because they are so cold-hearted. They don't care about anything. They have this share. I don't want to use the word wicked, but they simply don't care. What are we going to do so that such a person can at least have a kind heart towards you? This is what you're going to do. Excuse me. You get lotus, an incense called lotus or benzoin incense. Lotus or benzoin. Now, what you're going to do is that you're going to pray Luke 3 verse 11. You put on the incense first, and then you pray your own prayer, what you want the Lord to do for you. And then after that, you pray this Luke 3 verse 11. Now, as you pray Luke 3 verse 11, request the Lord, your God, to help you, so that this person, then you mention his full name, have a kind heart towards you, or towards this particular purpose. Maybe there's something that you're trying to do for a community. This person owes the place and can simply easily help. He or she doesn't want to. Do this prayer and approach that person. The first approach, the person might still show a bit of symptoms, but I tell you, the person will calm down, and with God's grace, provided what you need or what help you need from that person is positivity and good for mankind or humankind, I can assure you, you'll get very good answers. Now, we go again for fertility. Some people don't have, when we say fertility, it goes both ways, both men and women. When you talk about fertility, some people think it's only for women who have sometimes fertility problem. Men also have that, usually when you have a low sperm count and things like that, and you want the Lord to help you so that you can be fertile, can be fertile and have a family and things like that. What you do is that you get a Bible verse. You're going to read this Bible verse, Mark 15 verse 5. It has nothing to do with what I'm talking about right now, yeah, but you'll be very surprised that it has a connection. So Mark 15 verse 5, and then the incense you're going to use is either musk or myrrh, musk incense or myrrh incense. Now what you do is that you start this process on a Sunday. Now you fast excuse me, and usually when I ask for fasting, if you have stomach problem like an ulcer and things like that, do not force yourself to do that. Do not force yourself to fast. If you don't, then you can fast. Try and fast if you can. But if fasting becomes a problem, especially if there's a reason for not, then you can do this without it. But you know, I always believe that you can get very quick results when your devotion, it's you know, to what you're doing comes in fast. So what you do is that you fast from sun up. You know that what I say sun up is that before the sun comes up. So you don't say from 6 to 6 or whatever. No, you start the fasting before day breaks. Now you've continued the whole day. That is on a Sunday. The whole day up till night evening. That is when the sun goes down. Okay. Within this time, try not to be moving around so much, because usually when you're fasting, it's not advisable to be moving so much around. But then be praying towards what your intentions are. You're praying for the Lord to help you, to make you fertile, to help you, and the reason why you want to be fertile, you pray about that to the Lord. So let that prayer be in your heart the whole day. Now what you do, after that, you don't do anything again, and then you know, within that you break it in the evening, then you continue the prayers throughout the week. But within the rest of the week, you don't have to fast. The fasting is for the first Sunday. Then as you pray for the same purpose throughout the week, using the biblical verse of Mark 15 verse 5, on the on the 8th day, which is also a Sunday, so from Sunday to Sunday, on the 8th Sunday, then you can fast again, thanking the Lord that even though you have not seen the answers, but thanking the Lord that whatever you've prayed for, you believe and you know that He's made it possible. You know, and then after that, from morning to evening and break your fast. After that, you don't have to continue the process again. And I can assure you, within a very short time, things will change. And I'm sure you might call it a miracle, because you maybe have even been diagnosed or given a what do you call it, a report that such was not going to be possible for you to maybe produce or whatever. But you will see what the Lord will do. Now, turn bad luck into good luck. You know, this is sometimes people say, well, is there such thing as luck? Well, whether it is or not, but turning negative situation to positive situation, let me put it that way. So now, sometimes nothing works for good for some of us. Whatever we do, you know, sometimes we can even become so clumsy. Nothing works. Now, if you realize that things are not working and you're really putting your best, or you're doing your best to get positive results, yet it's not happening, now this is what you're going to do. It's Job, the Bible verse of Job 1 verse 21. Job 1 verse 21. That's what you're going to read. The incense to use is called quinquefoil. It's quinquefoil. There's quinquefoil. Let me spell it for you. CINQUEFOIL. CINQUEFOIL, or a patchouli incense. Patchouli. Now, usually when you're using incense for prayers and things, do not use the stick one. Try and get the granules. Try and get the powdered ones. Okay. Now, what you do is that when you get these, you burn it as usual. You get a charcoal hot and put it on, and as you pray, requesting the Lord to help you with this situation, to bring all negativity to positivity for you. You know, keep on repeating this prayer, not without the incense. It's the first day that you must do the incense, but then with the prayer, keep on repeating it for at least 9 days. I can assure you that you start seeing changes. You start seeing that things are not happening frequently bad as it used to be, and gradually you will see a total change. Now, to be lucky, first of all, was to turn bad luck to good luck. This one is just to be lucky, okay, or to have positive, what do you call it, magnetism, I should say. Say this Bible verse 3 times before the sun rises. So Daniel 12 verse 13, you say it 3 times before the sun rises. Repeat this process for 7 days. Simple. Just repeat it for 7 days, and you realize how things will always be going very positively for you. Obviously, you can never have 100% of positive things going positive. I mean, sometimes it might not be as well as you expect or you want it to be, but at least you have a good number of times that things will be very positive than negative. Okay, thank you there. Then now let me to live happy and prosperous. You know, most of us want to be prosperous, but we don't even think of happiness. Those are 2 different things. But the beauty of this is that you have the 2 together, happiness and prosperity. Yeah? People think that when you have your prosperity, when you are prosperous, you can be happy. It's not true. And some people are very happy, but they are not prosperous. I would rather go for that, because happiness, money cannot buy happiness. But the beauty about this prayer is that it brings the two together, happiness and prosperity. Okay? So this is what you're going to do. For every day, and it's not so difficult to do. Every day, say this verse of psalm. Okay, so it's Psalm 16 verse 11. Just say it every day. You might have to say it for quite a long time, but let it be your normal. Let it be part of your normal prayer every day, either in the evening or in. But I would prefer you do it every morning. Just do that every day, and after some time, let's say after 6, 7, 8 months going, things would very well be going very well. Things will change and be going very well for you. Okay. Now, to see in a dream directions from an angel. Okay. Now, most of the time we want to have directions. What directions do you want? That one I can't really tell you, but I believe that most direction. Obviously, do not go asking for direction for lottery numbers and things like that. I don't think it's the right thing to ask from an angel. But this is what you do. You get yourself 14 seeds, orange seeds. It should be an unripe green orange. So you take out the seeds. You have to get 14 of them. You can get it from different fruits, but make sure that they are all green. And then you get the root of the tree called franklin tree. So just equal quantity. Okay, you dry them up, and then after you dry them, you make them into a powder. Now, after you make them into powder, what you do is that you burn them. You burn it like an incense, and you burn it on a Saturday night. Okay, so before you sleep, or you burn it maybe some few hours before you sleep, and then you pray. That the Lord sends His holy angels to show you. Then you request what you want the Lord's angels to show you or to reveal to you. And after that, just go to bed. Do this for 14 days. Within the 14 days, there will be a visitation. The visitation will come to you. It could be in the form of an angel. Now, one thing that you must understand is that people always think that angels come with wings and things like that. It's not all the time, no. Sometimes you might come as a little boy, you might come as a little girl, you might come as an old man. It might come the way it wants, or the angel wants. Okay, so you might be expecting a winged human, and you might not see that. You might think the message will come, and you don't realize because you do not see a winged human in a very white t-shirt. No, it doesn't work like that. Angels can come in any color. It can be black, it can be white, it could be Indian, it could be any. But the angel would appear to you in your dreams and would show you or tell you or discuss with you concerning what you've asked. Now, sometimes it might not come directly. The answer might not come directly. For example, you're looking for a solution to a particular problem. It might talk to you in parables. When I say parables, a parable that you will understand. Okay? Or it might talk to you straight, but definitely you'll get the answers that you're looking for from the angel. Okay? Now, let's say you need financial help. Okay? I believe you do, and everybody does. But that sometimes you need some help. Sometimes things are so hard. You're doing your best, and you need a positive. You need financial, but put in a positive way. Now, this is what you do. Concentrate. You must concentrate exactly what you want, and if you can write it on paper. Okay, write on paper. But if you cannot, just try and have it in your mind exactly what you want. So, for example, I pray that I'm doing my best to pay my landlord, but I pray that the Lord will give me a way to do that. Okay, or the Lord would open a way for me to do that. So you have that on your mind, and you focus on your desire. You focus on whatever you're requesting, and then you repeat it out loud. Not loud like shout, but loud. I mean, like the way I'm talking to you. The following Bible verse. You do this 3 times. That's 1 Timothy 6 verse 17 to 19. 1 Timothy 6 verse 17 to 19. So you repeat this Bible verse 3 times. Then after that, you repeat the same process for 3 days. So 3 times each time for 3 days. So that's 1 Timothy 6 verse 17 to 19. So you repeat that. You say that the first day, the second day, and the third day. This process must be done with devotion, and also having faith that you're going to get what you want. You see, the most important thing is faith, because faith is something you cannot see but yet believe. So if you have faith, it means that you believe that what you are praying for is going to happen, and I can assure you, you're going to be happy. You would see very positive answers. This is what I'm going to say for the last, and then this is what I have for you for the last, and then I pray that the good Lord will give us answers to what we are asking for. And then now, the last one is healing with diseases associated to old age. You know, as we grow old, we do get problems with our health and things like that. So, what we can do to help us, or to help your parent, or to help a friend who is at an old age having so much complication, problems, and sickness, that's going to be Psalm 103, verse 2 and 5. Sorry, 2 to 5. Psalm 103, 2 to 5. You read this psalm each day for yourself or for the person you want to read for 7 days over extra virgin olive oil. So you get extra virgin olive oil, and then you keep on reading this psalm every day for 7 days upon the extra virgin. And then after that, let the person anoint themselves with it. This anointing must go on for at least, when I say anointing yourself with it, you can anoint your joint or rub it at your affected area where you're having pains and things like that. And this must be done for 14 days, and you'll see a massive improvement. It might not be completely healing, but you'll get massive change. You'll feel massively comfortable, and yeah, definitely you'll get results in what you're asking for or you're looking for. Today, this is where I'm going to end this particular program. We're going to open the phone